Okay, so we got the clutch replaced, and then he pulled it out of the garage, made the same noises but transferred to a different place. I'm going to see if I can't see as he backs in the what it's doing to the rear axle. I don't think you can see it on the video, but you can really see it stuttering as he's moving. You really see that stuttering.
Try again. And project number 2.
So after the clutch replacement, the noise seems to have moved to the rear axle, which, you know, obviously where the problem is the whole time. It's not like we fixed the problem with the clutch and then it miraculously just moved to the rear axle. But we couldn't hear it, and it sounded like it was coming from the bell housing area until he backed up out of the driveway, out of the garage, and that's when we really heard it. So we are now going to transition from clutch replacement completed to rear axle. So it's not unusual for the things like this to happen. This just sometimes you misdiagnose it and you move on. So we're working on the rear axle.
When you blew the rear end on the Suburban, did you end up just rebuilding the internals, or did you just completely swap?
I swapped the axle because I had another one.
Oh, is it the one that Brad towed down?
Oh, the axle that was on the trailer that he drove down there.
Oh.
When I got home, I just swapped him. I had him take it in case we were going to have to do a trail swap. Like my camera's right there, so be careful with that. But yeah, I had him bring it in case I was going to have to do a trail swap.
Have you done that before?
Me? No.
No? I would have been an adventure. You were up for that. Yeah. It was an adventure. That was a really fun trip. You had some rope in the back of the Suburban, and there's a hole on the back, like a panel, and we started dangling the rope down and just watched the rope just drag on the trail as you were going down.
Is that shavings or just dust that put in when you took it?
No, that's metal shavings.
Metal.
So the magnet is doing its job, is collecting all the little metal shavings, but now we got to figure out where they're coming from and why. So there's no teeth missing on the ring gear. The pattern is kind of deep. But the way it's shuddering, it reminds me of either bearings that are worn or the pinion gear, I guess. At this point, all we can do is completely disassemble it and evaluate. Unless you want to call that warranty company and see, because this should be covered under the warranty. Alright, so Steven does have a warranty through a independent third-party company when he bought this Jeep a couple years ago. That is still got 6 months left on it, and it does cover drivetrain. It did not cover the clutch, which is why we went ahead and did the clutch ourselves. But it does cover axles, lockers, things of that nature, ring and pinion. So we pulled it apart far enough that we can see that there's definitely metal shavings and something going on with the rear axle. So we're going to contact the warranty company, verify that they cover it, ask them for a recommended shop where we can take it, and have them do the work. It'll, number one, save some time and save Steven some money too. So we will give you an update on what's happening with that when we find out. So we took Steven's Jeep to a drivetrain specialist, and he looked it all over, checked out the rear axle, addressed all the issues and concerns that we had. He said that the amount of metal shavings and just buildup on the magnet in the fluid was normal. He had no concern over that. He also said that the wear pattern on the ring and pinion looked fine to him. He's looked at a lot more than I have. I've got some experience, but he is the expert. And then he checked out the locker, made sure that it all worked, everything seemed to function and lock in and out. There was not a lot of play. So as far as the rear axle is concerned, everything appears to be normal. So it wasn't the rear axle, it wasn't the clutch. What was it?
Turns out to be the lower control arms on that connect to the axle to the frame.
So these are lower control arms for the rear axle on my Jeep. They're the culprit that we found. We're moving. You can tell on this one that the jam nut came down and it wasn't tight against the base of the control arm, giving it a bit of movability. And on the other one, this is the one that really moves back and forth, and it's not supposed to just come in and out. That's what the mechanic, when we took to him, found was moving when he was trying to engage the drive. So yeah, when your jam nut comes undone, it just lets it move back and forth, and it strips your whatever you call those, thread.
So just remember, it's important to always keep your jam nuts tight down against the body of the adjustable control arm or track bar or whatever it is. If it's adjustable, make sure your jam nuts are tight. Inspect them regularly. Ensure that they don't work themselves loose, so that there's not undue stress on the threads, which will then cause them to strip out and cause you to have that kind of problem. So, after several different misdiagnoses, we, with the help of the specialist, were able to determine that the actual issue was the control arms. Steven went ahead, bought some new control arms, and we installed those. It was a cold, bitter day on a gravel field, basically, at the guy's shop that we replaced those. We didn't record that, just got it done really quick. And since then, Steven has been driving it, and we've got four-wheeling, and everything is working the way it should. We really greatly appreciate you watching our video series, and hope that this will help some of you and hopefully prevent some of you from having similar issues in the future. Please like, subscribe, and share, and leave your comments below. Thanks.